welcome to a Stereo 3D Productions special event. This is the Stereo 3D Indianapolis 50. That's right, we're going to be racing 20 laps around Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Assetto Corsa. The track is a mod, it's linked in the description if you want to get yourselves a copy. And we're going to be using, all of us, the Lotus Exos 125, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what it says on the list right there. This is an experience I've been wanting to do for a long time in virtual reality. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, racing or whatever I can do with other cars on the track. I've done a lot of solo practice with the IndyCar in iRacing at this raceway, but I've never had the chance to do it with other cars because I don't have sufficient licenses to take cars that are really relevant on this track, high speed and challenging to drive. This is the last change I made. 5 degrees and 7 degrees. I went really low on the downforce. These cars are over-gripped for this track, and they are also capped at 300 kilometers per hour. So it's going to be a pretty tight race by the design of the cars. It's gonna look a little slower than Indy Lights. So this is by no means as fast as IndyCar, but for me it's an excellent entry-level experience. That being that I have almost, at this point, no super speedway experience with other cars on the track. I do believe I am starting last here, so this is going to be a handful. Last time I tried this, there were 11 other cars on the track. Now there are 17. We're going to be racing 20 laps. What I'm hoping is that I make it on fuel and that I have a clean start and a good path to the front without any of the AI doing stupid things. They could do it, but so far they've been behaving rather incredibly on this mod track of Indianapolis. That sound you hear, by the way, is the engine limiter capping me at 300. Holy shit. That was a hell of a start. Go for it. Let's try to take draft with this guy. This is so fucking hard. Because now they're all picking up off my draft, and they're gonna stick to me for a while. Unless I really check out, it's really hard to get away on this track. Holy fuck. What I could use, and I'm gonna be sort of cheating there. No, don't you dare. Is a spotter. I could really use a spotter. No, I don't even know if I'm clear. Okay, I'm clear. Let's see him in my mirror fully. Holy shit. Even though I don't really need to shift with these cars on the oval, it's still absolutely insane to have to manage in the draft like this. With these spec cars that are all going at the same speed, it really comes down to the driving and the driving alone. It's really fucking hard. And these AI are driving it really well, I find. Even though their line's a little weird, the wiggle he's doing, that guy, is because of the draft. He's drafting on the other guy, and it makes your car a little unstable, even though it gives you a boost. Okay, so he's going for the lead. I'm trying to stick around here. It's a 20-lap race. I gotta save on fuel. I gotta be really careful with the fuel. See now? Fuck, I'm gonna run in clean air all by myself. If I pass this guy, which looks like I'm gonna be doing, But I'm gonna be wasting a lot of gas doing so. Just took the lead of the race. I do believe he's behind me. I think he's fucked up now. Oh shit, no, he's pissed off. I'm gonna give him some room. We're gonna run together. Yeah. Okay, no, he's drafting. He's drafting. Good, good. Stay in my draft, you idiot. Stop trying to swipe me. Early in the race, you don't need to do this shit. Fuck. Good thing I worked on those fucking gears. Good thing I worked on those fucking gears before the race. I have a gearing that can help you recover quickly from this type of problem. And obviously having no aero, I'm probably gonna get this guy back. I don't have tire damage. I have a little aero damage. I better get to this guy before I lose his draft. I'm getting his draft right now. I'm gonna get him back, this fucker. Never a dull moment at Indy. Ah, you fucker. Force feedback is nowhere near as like painful as iRacing, but it's legit. They barely ever commented of Assetto Corsa and their force feedback. By the way, wait, hang on. I'm gonna take care of this guy. I'm just gonna stay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna save a little fuel. It looks like he's running legit. I am running right now with pixel density at 1.5. There's a way to do it without having to use the Oculus debug tool. Hey, shit, don't swerve, you fucking idiot. Stop swerving. And what you do is, you go in the root folder of the simulator, you go in the CFG folder, you open the Oculus.ini file, and you can go ahead and change your pixel per display value in there, instead of having to use the Oculus debug tool. Don't clip me, you fucker. You don't have to do this. Not at this point. It's lap 7, for fuck's sake. Take it easy, dude. I'm gonna try to check out here. Looks like you got a little distance. All you gotta do to check out is take the good line. Let the car go left a bit. I did a setup similar to the car I have in iRacing. But of course, because of the kind of car made specifically for road courses, the downforce makes the car turn left a little less during the straight lines. Oh yeah, that engine limiter means I've got it to the max. And I got this guy where I want. He seems to be stuck in my draft, unable to get his spot back. And especially, more importantly, unable to get back into my trunk like he was before. Try to see if I can get some distance from him some more. He is drafting heavily. All I'm trying to do is trying to keep him in my wake so that he doesn't get a maximum effect from it. Kind of hard to do in the turns, so he gets that little cheap boost there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to stick the low line to block him now because he's getting rowdy. Lap 8. This guy's too excited. Or 9, I think. I can't see the lap number right now. Okay, he's gonna try. Good thing these cars are so well gripped, because I can actually keep a high line at Indy, which is pretty insane. He missed his move. I did. I gave him the room he needed. We're not halfway down the tank, we're not halfway mark yet. I think we're about to cross halfway mark. So even though this is not the Indy 500, this is a Stereo 3D Productions Indianapolis 50, it's still a pretty long race. 20 minutes long it's gonna last, right around. Stay in my wake, bitch. Stay in my wake. Eat my dust. You want to remain focused on your driving as you are on a super speedway going extremely fast. See, I don't know if the AI thinks I screwed up my race line whenever I go towards the wall, but I'm taking the proper race line. Now, he's... Yeah, he's there. Okay, cool. Not having a spotter on an oval is almost a crime, so I'm going to give him the room he needs. He's probably going to take the lead. If he wants it, I'll give it to him so I can maybe work on some fuel. Oh, he fucked it up. What? I gave you all the room to... Oh, he... Whoa, let's not fuck our race up. Alright, so looks like it's clear coasting ahead. All I gotta do is not screw up and deal with the traffic. Retired driver 16. So I don't know who 16 car was, or maybe that was 16th position, but someone just retired. I'm probably gonna catch traffic soon. Highly unlikely though, because the draft is so strong here that the cars are probably tightly bound together. I'll check the replay after. I'm not aware right now, but this is something I love, by the way, about racing in virtual reality. It's not that you can't read the HUD. The HUD's there. I can read it whenever I want. It's that you tend not to have time to read it because you're so immersed in the driving experience, and you tend to sort of have that same feeling, because I've done some races in indoor karting leagues with some pretty goddamn good drivers that were on their off-season time. It's winter time, so we would set up an indoor karting league, and I would basically participate in it with some pretty damn good drivers. And something that I noticed during a long race where it's going really well, you don't even know you're in a good position, especially when you don't have radio contact. You know nothing until the end of the race. There's sometimes where you actually win the race and you don't know till the end. You're not sure, you think you're second, and you ask everybody coming out of your car, and this is what it feels like right now, but I know I can actually see it on the HUD down there that I'm first. But what I can't see is the traffic ahead, if there is any, or how severe it is. I'm obviously doing mirror checks to make sure that that other funny guy doesn't sneak up on me and bump me by accident. I think I saw his car there, so he's not too far behind. He may be catching ground on me a little bit, in fact. Reason being is that right now I'm running in clean air, but my car is pretty well set up to run in clean air. It's something, I did another race of the sort, I did 45 miles, and the problem with the car is it was way too much downforce, and thus it wasn't hitting the limiter like it is now. Now I'm really always in the limiter with this car, and it's probably the same for everybody in the field, which explains why I'm not yet catching any traffic. I'm pretty sure at some point it's going to happen with a 20-lap race. I'm at lap 12 right now, or 13, I don't know. Hard to see the number with the thing over it. 14, okay, so that's lap 13, alright, 14. 6 to go, 6 to go. 6 or 7, 14th lap? Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm doing pretty good. And it's a pretty cool start. And good for me, but bad for you. I know, it's uneventful, but I took the lead of this race. Wasn't the case last time. Last time I finished 5th. I damaged my car slightly, and I reached a point where my aerodynamics were so fucked up that I had to follow a car in order to keep my speed. So it made things really, really, really sticky for me. And I had to basically follow the 4th position guy all race long in order to keep my speed. Right now what happened to the guy behind me is probably similar. He fucked up his arrow when he contacted me earlier. I don't know why he did that shit at lap 4. And I think those were his brake marks there. No, those are my brake marks. Holy shit. I went off the track. But yeah, this guy contacted me and fucked up his aero kit. And he needed to follow me to keep the pace. And when he fucked up his move on me in the front straight, that was it for him. He got some distance to the point where he lost my draft. And now he has to go back and reach the 3rd position guy to get someone to draft off of. Otherwise his car is going to be too slow in clean air. Mirror check. It appears that my theory is true. Nice big lead. I don't even see the guy registered yet on the leaderboard. I think he just did. I'm not going to look at the leaderboard too much. Just focus on this drive. Looks like all I got to do is focus on any traffic I'll be catching. Which I think I'm starting to see cars now in the distance. That's incredible. That's fucking incredible. This clarity with pixel density at 1.5 is nearly as good as with iRacing's, which is my favorite so far, in terms of being able to see far. I said a lot clarity in the Vive can actually sometimes make you see aliasing more than you'd want to, whereas the smoothness of the Rift is just working out with this sim as good as iRacing, and pixel density at 1.5, holy shit, is making a difference. Because remember, I explained you cannot turn MSAA on with Assetto Corsa. It's an issue, it's a known issue, and you cannot turn post-processing on as well. So, it makes for a lot of aliasing in the image. The Oculus Rift forgives a lot of it, but you still need to work it out of the image yourself a little bit. I raised the pixel density, it is looking beautiful. My god, this guy can see him from so fucking far. Mirror check, just to see I'm clear, because now I'm going to start working in the traffic. I'm catching it. Running a better line than them, that's the thing. They think I'm screwing up when I go towards the wall, because the car can really forgive and run a low line, which is not something typical for Indy, but of course if you run the high and low line like this, and you go actually reach that patch of pavement, come back towards the wall, you're going to be much faster than the AI. You can run the low line, it's easy, the low line. That's the thing about the low line. You can just do a super conservative race the whole time. Mirror check. Okay, we're coming up with some traffic. Lap 18. I may not even ever need to deal with the traffic. This is probably the last position car. Still remaining on track. Let's see if I can deal with him. Hopefully he doesn't fuck me up. So it looks like it might actually catch him. Is this lap 19 or 18? Well, soon enough. 19, okay, so there's 2 more laps, there's good odds we're going to catch this guy. How's my fuel? Fuel looking good. We're good till the end. He's going to move aside, is he? Man, that is so cool. Blue flag, thank you very much. And he's gonna draft off of me a little bit, that's fine. That's gonna save me fuel as well, so let's go. Come on, follow my line, dude. You can do it, little dude. Or not. I guess he fucked up his car at some point and he can't even draft anymore. Poor little guy. I'm gonna try to give him a nice little clean run. Final lap. Final lap. Assetto 3D Productions Indianapolis 50 coming to a close. No more traffic to deal with apparently. I'm not seeing any cars, so everybody's bunched up behind me, not too far. An eventful race at the beginning, followed by a second half that was rather tame. Final corner. Headed for the finish line, hitting that limiter one last time, for tradition's sake. And that's it for the Stereo 3D Productions Indianapolis 50. I hope you enjoyed it. 20 laps. First half was pretty eventful. Second half was rather tame. A look at the final leaderboards here. So I got a good 9 seconds on the 2 guys behind me. That really gave me the edge on the whole race. So I can find other combinations that are this interesting to do. I might do repeats of such events. I've always wanted to be able to do this one in particular. I got a good head start on this speedway by practicing it so much in iRacing. Now I don't want to say that iRacing is that much less forgiving on this speedway. It's more the fact that I'm taking the Indy car, which goes much faster and thus makes matters way less forgiving than this car. This car is a breeze to drive on this speedway comparatively because it is capped. at 300 kilometers an hour. I do believe that is around 185 miles an hour. So really is not that fast, about around the NASCAR speeds. Type thing with wings on the car, so high downforce, low speeds. Results in an easy type thing. To give you an idea, I do about 41 seconds a lap in Indy with iRacing, and with this car I do about 48.9 seconds a lap. So it's a pretty big difference in terms of time, but it was really an interesting experiment to try out first, and I'm happy to finally produce a race for Stereo 3D Productions. An interesting experiment. Hope to check out what I can do with this in the future. Assetto Corsa doing it beautifully, despite the fact that this is a mod and doesn't look that great. It does look legit for VR, does run very well, and this is the kind of thing I long wished to be able to do with iRacing. But, well, hey, Assetto Corsa with the mods opens me a lot of doors to try some messed up stuff like this and combining cars with tracks that are necessarily designed for that. I think that's really cool. So thanks for watching, people. I shall see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the Indianapolis 50.